Hello my angels and devils and all who may wander here. I am Amanda Christina. This is Heavenly Imaginings, and I thought rather than doing a face video we would unmold, or I'd show off some resin pieces that I had been making. And this is 2-part resin, and we would have a bit of a catch up. So I have been playing with resin. This was my first proper sort of go at it. So we have the coffin box, which I absolutely love this coffin box. I'm going to have to try and get my light in here so you can see just how much it sparkles. And then you open it up. There are a few little flaws in it, like they're things that can be fixed. Like there's a spot here that definitely needs to have a bit of shinier resin put over it. But I really love the way this turned out because I didn't have anything to colour resin black. I used some tinsel glitter. There are a few spots where this was my first attempt. I forgot to check for air bubbles. I rather like where this air bubble is because it gives a finger lift. And I'm going to put some hinges here. I will probably end up keeping this one because it is so imperfect, but I really do love how it turned out. I'm thinking of making some more of these for my Etsy store at some point. Once I want to get on top of other things first. So this is what I made with the leftovers. I mixed up just shy of 200 mils of resin, and this is how far it went. So I made this Harry Potter. This is another thing I'm thinking I might make for my Etsy, or just for my Harry Potter crafting. And we have a Minnie Mouse bow. I need to tidy this up a lot more. I was trying to get the white spots on the bow, and I probably, in hindsight, should have done it with something other than my Pico Irresistible Embellisher, because it did seem to react a little bit with... I think I can probably wash it off. And then we have this nice big Minnie Mouse. Again, something that would be so fun to do as a statement piece on Disney albums. And I did this little bow here. And again, another tiny little air bubble. But as you can see, like, this resin doesn't have a lot of air bubbles. It had a few little ones, but I'm not seeing lots of air bubbles throughout the piece, which is really good. So I haven't been filming videos because I honestly haven't been feeling up to it. Every time I've gone to film videos, I've had, like this morning, I was in pain. There's just been so much going on. So this is a shaker. I have to do another half of this, but I just really love this half, and I'll have to trim around all these excess bits, and I will do a clear top half to make a shaker charm. But this was the colours I'd already done in the resin, so that's why everything's black and yellow, because I was doing Hufflepuff themed. Now my bees didn't turn out as yellow as I wanted them, and this is a matte mold, so they didn't turn out shiny, so I'll have to go over them with some UV resin to make them shine if I want shiny bees. But these are my little bees that I made. There is a reason I have a bee mold. I can't talk about it yet, but it is something that is a long overdue order. I haven't forgotten about it, I just haven't. All my ribbon is in hiding at the moment, which is a bit annoying. Just with where everything is covering up where my ribbon is, so I can't really get to it at the moment. So these little bees, this is actually a cake decorating mold, which is why it is matte. But I find cake decorating molds or solid molds a lot harder to work when it comes to UV resin. Some will, but a lot won't. So here are my little bees. Bzz, bzz, bzz. Actually, kind of now that I've unmolded them all, I really do like them. I think they'll work really well for what I want them for. I accidentally put a little bit too much in with these. So this is starfish and you can't really tell that this is a shell. Yeah, you can't really tell that's one of the shells. This one's a bit better. So we've got a shell, and we've got another starfish. These need a good trimming, but they're super cute. Just, again, it's just reaching for molds that I had to try and use them up. I don't know what happened to the others. There is one of these that was already molded, and these are really cute little hearts. I wanted this mold so that it could be for heart embellishments. like making your own sort of heart type gems and stuff, just because I thought it would be nice. These are sort of, they're like a jelly candy type heart look. Yeah, I definitely do those in sort of jelly colours. And then we have this, yeah, so that you get the round ones and you get the more sort of square ones. They're really, really sweet. I really like how they turned out. They'd look so good on projects. They're kind of deep, so some of these things where I think they're a little deep, I may end up doing them a little more shallow, but I actually like those. And then we have the unicorns. And the loneliest of all was the unicorn. And this is a cheap mould that was purchased by my sister for me at Kmart for $1.50. Just goes to show you can use almost anything. Now, this will need to be trimmed down and probably sanded. But this had these little ball bear, like little, what are they called? They have a name in crafting. Microbeads had spilt through the mould, and instead of cleaning them out, because that's a pain in the butt, I decided to leave them in and have them come out and have them stick in the resin, and they turned out really cool. Resin has a thing where when you're doing a thinner layer, it's going to want to climb. So that's just going to happen. You can't always help it, but you can always tidy it up. You can usually just get some scissors and cut around the edges and then run it on some sandpaper. So you can see. And then we have the black ones. I really love the shimmer in the black. Oh wow, the gold looks, oh, this is not fully set. Now that's weird. Oh, I wonder if it's because it had UV resin in here at one point. Okay, so I'll have to make sure I put that under the UV lamp when I find my UV lamp again. These ones are not as easy to get. Oh, there you go. I can show you what I'm trying to get it in the screen. There we go. Yeah, I probably didn't have enough to unmold for a chit chat as well, but you know, we can. Oh, I love this one with where the micro beads ended up. That is so cool. You can you don't get the shimmer as much, but the micro beads ending up the top more, and yeah. I think there must have been some UV resin left in my molds because there's a little bit of stick. And then the very last one, which just has, again, a little bit of micro beads. So that's what that was one of my little crafty things. I really haven't been doing a lot. So, yeah, I just haven't been feeling very creative. Since a couple of months before I got out of hospital, I don't know whether I burned myself out or I don't know. I just wasn't feeling as crafty. Oh, that's got to stay out because that's a sticky one. We don't want to put sticky in. Yeah. So I sort of just stopped. And I've also been adjusting to being home, and I'm sort of hard on myself with that stuff because I feel like I should be doing a lot better than I am. But I know that I've only been out of hospital a couple of months, and then, you know, Corona hit. One of my friends got hit with it really bad. He was looking pretty bad for quite a while, so that was stressful. Last year, while I was going through what I was going through, I had close family member going through cancer. I can't talk about who or anything, but they are in remission now, thank God. But I wasn't really allowed to talk about it, and I'm still not supposed to talk about it, so I'm just saying a family member because I'm not allowed to say who it was, and I'm not supposed to talk about them on my channel. So that makes it hard because you all know that when I talk about things, I usually am very straightforward and straight up, and so to not be able to talk about something is a little hard for me, I'll be honest. That makes it feel like I can't really speak on my channel sometimes, and no one wants that. I don't want that. I don't want that feeling of not being able to speak, and you know. So that's part of the reason I haven't been filming videos, but also I haven't been feeling up to it. It's a lot to come into the lounge room and sit on an uncomfortable lounge to film videos, but I still wanted to be able to do that. So you are going to get a fair few holes and stuff at the moment, and then I will be getting back into doing tutorials because I have a tutorial for a new mini album, and some other stuff I want to do, and some catch-up tutorials. So it will all happen. It's just going to take time. I just want to say to everyone who's still following my channel, to all of you who've reached out, who've been worried because they haven't heard from me since Valentine's, I just want to say thank you so much. It means the world that you notice that I'm not here, because sometimes you just feel like you're talking to a camera and that you don't know who's watching or who is affected by what you're talking about. For everyone who's going through this current world crisis, just know I'm thinking of you. While you're going through this, please also think of the fact that what you're going through right now, not being able to leave the house, not being able to do much, some of us live like that. What is your normal right now is our normal 24/7, 365 days a year. And I don't say this to be my pain is greater than your pain. I say this because I would really like it if you remember those people who do get stuck at home, who rarely get out of the house, who sometimes never get out of the house because they just can't, and who have disabilities and illness. And think about them, and when this is over, please reach out to them, go visit them, spend time with them, make phone calls, make an effort to keep these people as part of your life, because chronic illness, mental illness are two of the, and disability, three things that are some of the most isolating things in our world. And people don't like to be around people who are not feeling great, because when you say get well to me, the truth is I'm never going to be fully well. So I can't get well. I would love it if I could, but that's not an option for me. And I would really hope that when everybody gets through this crisis and when the world returns to normal for a large percentage of the world, that the people who still have to live the way that you have been living will actually be thought of more, and people will reach out more. That's all. That's something I've wanted to say for a while. Anyway, I will talk to you soon, my angels and devils. Remember, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how you're doing at the moment. Let me know how you're coping with the, like, staying at home thing and things being locked down, because I would really like to genuinely know that. And remember, as always, you are amazing. You are incredible. And no, more conviction, please. Yes, you truly do matter. Bye all.